All right, welcome back. Taking a look at the waves that were out there that was shot earlier today, because who didn't want to be at the beach today, right?
Ooh, I wanted to be there.
All right, taking a full look at weather now. Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. It was hot. We don't need to tell you that.
I could have gone to the beach today this morning. I just got up and got ready for work like normal, but I guess it just makes me lazy.
We needed you here. We needed you here.
We had the windows open, had the nice breeze blowing through before it got too warm. It was great out there today. If you like the heat, understand not everyone likes the heat, and certainly we need rain this time of year. Let's take a look at our latest drought update. This is a look at the conditions across the state. It is drought update Thursday, by the way, and I can tell you that we haven't seen any changes since this time last week. The percentages all remain the same. If you looked really closely at the actual maps that the drought monitor released, there was this like hair-thin line right along the edge of the severe drought across the whole state. I don't really think that's really good data, but I mean, technically there was a tiny little change. I think it changed the percentage by like 0.1% of severe drought. But it really wasn't a big change at all, not really noticeable. Either way, we need rain because now, even though we did see some improvement in our drought situation after all of the December rains, well, we should be getting rain still. December, January, February are our three rainiest months, and the spigot just turned completely off right at the end of December, and we've had nothing since then. The good news is I'm starting to see some indications of precipitation in the forecast, so our areas that are in severe and moderate drought, well, hopefully it doesn't get any worse. We're trying to find some glimmer of hope out there. Our storm tracker is showing clear skies across the state today. There have been a couple of plumes from fires, which is not something we want to see. We also had a couple very tiny little high clouds that passed through earlier, but otherwise not really all that noticeable. High pressure still in control off to the north. It's keeping storms well off to the north. There's a weak system well out to sea there, but that's not going to impact us. And most of the wet weather is going across the northern tier of the country in the form of frozen wet weather, or winter-like weather. But we are going to have one weather system sneak in next week. We'll see a few high clouds come through the weekend, and then Monday into Tuesday, look at this. Look at the green on the map. How long has it been since we've seen something like that? Well, this isn't a good trajectory for us. We don't really like to see storms come in out of the north because typically they don't have much moisture associated with them. Oftentimes they're kind of dry and cold, and this one is kind of dry and cold, but it might just be moist enough to generate a few showers. There have been some indications that we get a few in our neck of the woods on Tuesday. So I've actually added a chance of rain showers to the forecast on Tuesday. This is not going to be a widespread wetting rain event where you get a couple inches in the coastal mountains. That's not going to happen. In fact, chances of you seeing any rain are still pretty low. It doesn't even really matter your location around the central coast, but there at least will be a chance of some showers as this thing moves through. And actually I was looking, and there's possibly a little instability too, so there's also a tiny chance of a thunderstorm that day as well. We're going to watch that for you. In the meantime, it's looking pretty nice out here. Here's a live look at Domenico's on the wharf. Clear skies tonight. Skies are going to stay clear overnight with winds pointing offshore. We'll see those arrows pointing offshore as we head to midnight tonight. You can see that pretty well. Those offshore breezes will continue into tomorrow morning, keeping skies clear, and then initiate that warm up pretty quickly again tomorrow. There's some indications we'll have a slightly stronger sea breeze tomorrow afternoon. Here we are at 4 p.m. We can see those northwesters. So the south and east shores of the bay looking a little bit cooler tomorrow by a couple of degrees, but the general air mass is not changing at all, which means we're likely to see temperatures very close to what we saw today inland, which means we'll probably see some record highs fall again. Santa Cruz, your record tomorrow is 82. I'm forecasting 77, so you won't quite get there. In the mountains, we'll see 70s to 80s, but still very, very warm for this time of year, 20 degrees above normal. Watsonville, 84. The record in Salinas tomorrow is 80. We should break that at 86. Gilroy, your record also pretty close to 80 tomorrow. We should break that at 82 tomorrow. Over to the Monterey Peninsula, we'll see highs mostly in the 70s. Still very warm though. 77 Monterey is 16 degrees above normal for this time of year. And then down south, well, there you can see it. Plenty of mid 80s up and down the Salinas Valley. I've cooled you down a little bit in Big Sur to 80. I mean, you were in the mid 80s again today, so just a touch cooler close to the coast, but inland areas will be very close to what you had today. Inland areas, or your coastal forecast looking like this. We'll get just another degree cooler on Saturday, maybe a couple more on Sunday, but the weekend looking great for outdoor plans, barbecues, birthday parties, picnics. Break out the ice cream making machine if you got one of those bad boys. Why not? Monday, things will be changing. windy conditions, highs closer to normal. There's that slight chance of rain on Tuesday. Winds keeping up for us. We'll warm back up toward the end of next week, but we're going to get a break from the heat Monday through Wednesday with highs closer to normal for this time of year. Inland areas scorching for the next 3 days. We'll start to cool down Monday, and you'll definitely feel it on Tuesday as that weather system passes through. The winds will be blowing. It'll be cooler. It'll be cloudier. We have a chance of some showers, but looks like this thing's going to come through pretty quickly.
Yeah, those inland areas will need the break. Thanks, Dan.